What's up, Wrestling Verse family? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you all the action, all the drama, and all the incredible moments from WWE. If you're not subscribed yet, smash that button right now and turn on those notifications because what just happened is absolutely huge and you need to hear about it. Ronda Rousey just defeated Bayley in what can only be described as an absolutely incredible match. This wasn't just any victory. This was a statement, this was domination, and this was Ronda reminding everyone why she's one of the most dangerous women in all of WWE. The baddest woman on the planet just proved it once again. This match had everything: intensity, drama, near falls, and a finish that has the entire WWE universe buzzing. So stick around because we're breaking down the entire match, how Ronda secured the victory, and what this means for both superstars going forward. Let's dive in. Alright, Wrestling Verse family, let me set the stage for this incredible match. The rivalry between Ronda Rousey and Bayley has been building for weeks. These are two of the most accomplished women in WWE history, and when they finally collided, everyone knew it was going to be special. The anticipation for this match was through the roof. Bayley came into this match with confidence and momentum. As a Grand Slam champion and one of the most decorated women in WWE history, Bayley had every reason to believe she could defeat Ronda. She's proven herself against the absolute best, and she wasn't intimidated by Rousey's MMA background or her reputation as the baddest woman on the planet. Ronda Rousey, on the other hand, came in with that killer instinct that made her a champion in UFC and WWE. She's been on a mission to prove that she's still at the top of the women's division, and Bayley was standing in her way. The intensity in Ronda's eyes during her entrance told you everything you needed to know. She was ready for war. The atmosphere when both women made their entrances was electric. The crowd was split, with passionate fans on both sides. Bayley had the support of fans who appreciated her journey and her skills. Ronda had fans who recognized her star power and her legitimate fighting ability. The energy in the arena was incredible. From the opening bell, both women went at each other with incredible intensity. There was no feeling out process, no slow build. They immediately engaged in a physical, hard-hitting contest. Bayley showed no fear, taking the fight directly to Ronda and proving she belonged in the ring with a legitimate fighter. Bayley's game plan was smart and strategic. She targeted Ronda's arm, knowing that damaging the limb would make Ronda's armbar less effective. She worked over that arm with precision, using the ring post, using submissions, and using strikes. Bayley was wrestling the perfect match against someone with Ronda's background. The role model showcased her technical wrestling skills throughout the match. Her chain wrestling was beautiful, her counters were crisp, and her ring awareness was excellent. Bayley proved why she's considered one of the best pure wrestlers in WWE. Every move had purpose, every sequence told a story. But Ronda Rousey is Ronda Rousey for a reason. Her MMA background gives her a different level of intensity and legitimacy. When Ronda would land strikes, they looked devastating. When she transitioned into submissions, they looked real and dangerous. The contrast between Bayley's wrestling and Ronda's fighting created a fascinating dynamic. The match had several incredible near falls that had the crowd on their feet. Bayley hit the Bayley to belly and went for the cover, and for a moment, it looked like she might pull off the upset. The referee counted 1, 2, and Ronda kicked out at the last possible second. The crowd erupted at how close that was. Ronda had her own near-fall moments. After hitting a devastating judo throw, she hooked the leg for a pin attempt. The referee counted, Bayley kicked out, and the match continued. The back-and-forth action kept everyone guessing about who would ultimately prevail. One of the standout moments came when Bayley countered Ronda's armbar attempt. As Ronda tried to lock in her signature submission, Bayley rolled through and reversed it into a pin attempt. The technical wrestling on display was absolutely phenomenal. These two were operating at the highest level. The psychology throughout the match was excellent. Bayley's strategy of attacking the arm started to pay off. Ronda was visibly favoring her arm, shaking it out between exchanges, and you could see the damage accumulating. Bayley smelled blood in the water and increased her assault on that targeted body part. But Ronda's toughness and pain tolerance, honed through years of MMA training, allowed her to fight through the damage. She absorbed Bayley's offense, she took the punishment, and she kept coming forward. That warrior mentality is what separates Ronda from many other competitors. The final sequence of the match was absolutely breathtaking. Bayley went for another Bayley to belly, but Ronda countered mid-move. She spun out of it, grabbed Bayley's arm, and in one fluid motion, took her down to the mat. The transition was so smooth, so professional, so perfectly executed. Ronda locked in the armbar with picture-perfect technique. Bayley fought desperately to escape, tried to roll through, tried to stack Ronda for a pin, but Rousey's grip was too tight, her position was too perfect. The armbar was fully locked in, and Bayley had nowhere to go. You could see the pain on Bayley's face as Ronda wrenched back on that arm. The same arm that Bayley had been selling throughout the match, the arm that had taken so much damage, was now trapped in one of the most dangerous submissions in all of combat sports. Bayley tried to hold on, tried to resist, but the pain was too much. Bayley had no choice but to tap out. Her hand slapped the mat repeatedly, and the referee immediately called for the bell. Ronda Rousey had won via submission. The baddest woman on the planet stood victorious, arm raised high, while Bayley rolled out of the ring holding her injured arm. The crowd's reaction was mixed but loud. Ronda's fans were celebrating her victory and her dominant performance. Bayley's supporters were disappointed but had to respect the clean, decisive finish. Everyone in the arena had just witnessed a high-quality wrestling match between two elite performers. Now let's talk about what this victory means for Ronda Rousey. This win solidifies her position as one of the top contenders in the women's division. She just defeated a Grand Slam champion, someone who has held every major women's title in WWE. That's the kind of victory that demands championship opportunities. Ronda's armbar continues to be one of the most devastating and protected finishers in WWE. Very few people have escaped it, and tonight, Bayley became another name on the list of women who couldn't withstand it. That submission hold is a game changer, and everyone in the women's division knows it. This victory also proves that Ronda still has that killer instinct. There were questions about whether she had lost a step, whether other wrestlers had caught up to her, whether her time away had diminished her abilities. Tonight, she answered all those questions with a dominant performance. For Bayley, this loss is disappointing but not career damaging. She gave Ronda everything she could handle, she had a smart game plan, and she executed it well. Sometimes you just run into someone who's on another level on that particular night. Bayley can hold her head high after this performance. The storytelling in this match was top tier. Bayley's strategy of attacking the arm, Ronda fighting through the pain, the tension building to the inevitable armbar finish, it all worked perfectly. This is what happens when two professionals who understand wrestling psychology work together. The respect shown after the match was classy. Despite the intensity of their rivalry, both women acknowledged each other's abilities. Ronda extended her hand, and after a moment of hesitation, Bayley shook it. That mutual respect adds depth to both characters and shows that competition doesn't require hatred. Social media has been buzzing since the match ended. Wrestling fans from all over the world are sharing their reactions, praising both women's performances, and debating what comes next. Clips of the match are going viral, and everyone wants to talk about what they just witnessed. Many fans are calling this one of Ronda's best WWE matches. The pacing was excellent, the action was compelling, and the finish was satisfying. It showcased Ronda's strengths while also highlighting her willingness to tell a story and work a traditional wrestling match. That growth as a performer is evident. Other fans are praising Bayley for her performance in defeat. She looked strong, she executed a smart game plan, and she pushed Ronda to her limits. Even in losing, Bayley elevated herself by showing she could hang with one of WWE's most legitimate fighters. That's the sign of a true professional. Fellow WWE superstars have been reacting to the match as well. Many have posted congratulations to both women for delivering such a high-quality match. Some have expressed interest in facing Ronda next, seeing this as their opportunity to test themselves against the baddest woman on the planet. The women's division just got a lot more interesting with this result. Ronda is now positioned for a championship match, whether it's for the Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship. Champions need to be aware that Ronda Rousey is coming, and she's more dangerous than ever. This victory also opens up potential rematches and new feuds. Does Bayley invoke her rematch clause? Do other women step up to challenge Ronda? Does Ronda set her sights on championship gold? The possibilities are numerous and all of them are exciting. What made this match special was the blend of styles. Bayley's technical wrestling versus Ronda's MMA-influenced fighting created a unique dynamic. It wasn't just another wrestling match. It was a clash of disciplines, and that made it stand out from typical WWE women's matches. The production quality was excellent too. Camera angles captured every important moment, the commentary team told the story effectively, and the pacing of the match kept viewers engaged throughout. WWE's production team continues to excel at making important matches feel significant. This match also demonstrates the depth of WWE's women's division. When you can have matches of this caliber without even involving the current champions, it shows how talented the roster is. The women's evolution continues, and matches like this prove that women's wrestling can main event any show. Looking ahead, Ronda's path to championship gold seems clear. She's beaten a top contender, she's proven she's in peak form, and she has the credibility to challenge for any title. Whether it's Rhea Ripley, Bayley's partner Io Sky, or any other champion, Ronda is coming for gold. The physical toll of this match will also factor into future storylines. Bayley's arm injury could be a recurring issue. Ronda might have sustained damage that affects her next match. Wrestling is about continuity, and the consequences of tonight's match should be felt going forward. From a business perspective, Ronda Rousey victories draw attention. She's a mainstream star who brings eyes to WWE. Having her win and positioning her for championship matches is smart business that will generate interest from casual fans and hardcore wrestling fans alike. The legacy implications are significant too. Every major victory adds to Ronda's WWE resume. When her career is eventually evaluated, nights like tonight will be remembered as examples of her dominance and her ability to deliver in big matches. What's particularly satisfying about this result is that it was clean and decisive. There were no shenanigans, no controversial finishes, no outside interference. Ronda beat Bayley straight up in the middle of the ring with her signature move. That kind of victory carries extra weight and legitimacy. Alright, wrestling vs. family, that's the complete breakdown of Ronda Rousey's incredible victory over Bayley. This was a match that lived up to the hype, delivered on every level, and set the stage for exciting things to come in the women's division. Now I need to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What was your favorite moment from the match? Who should Ronda face next? Do you think Bayley deserves a rematch? Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this match breakdown and want more in-depth coverage of WWE's biggest matches, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm push our content to more wrestling fans. And if you're not subscribed to Wrestling vs. CC, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now. Share this video with your wrestling friends so everyone can discuss this incredible match. Whether you're Team Ronda or Team Bayley, this was a match that showcased the best of women's wrestling. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling vs. Family. The women's division is on fire right now, and we'll be covering every major moment right here. Until next time, stay passionate, stay engaged, and keep being the best wrestling fans in the world. Peace.